What's going on? Super Nintendo here. I decided, you know what? And by decided, I mean I talked to Matt and I was like, let's talk about the state of play. I believe Matt might have messaged me about it and said, let's do it. And I
Uh,
said, it's a great idea. Matt, how the heck are you?
I'm doing great, Chris. This is fantastic to be
Yes, back
doing
together
pod
again.
doing a podcast like show experience. It's very
Yes,
fun.
we used to do Podcast 64, everyone's favorite Nintendo podcast. Eh,
Yes, yes, or it should be.
yes, ended after
Yes,
64 episodes. But yes,
yes.
today we are talking about the one, the only, the state of play. Maybe, quite possibly, the
Probably.
best state of play.
Yeah, I was. Yeah, like we were talking earlier. I think this state of play is uh the best one that they've shown so far. I mean, probably all of them combined up to this point.
Hmm.
Honestly.
I
This
was
is
even,
basically their this is basically Sony's big E3 show without it being E3. So
yeah,
that's
I think you might be
although
right.
strange
Yeah, go ahead. What were you saying?
although strangely it was mostly it was mostly third party stuff, but I think uh it constitutes as like a major, you know, E3-ish like presentation.
Yeah, it was like a bunch of third party games. Very few first party, but that's the thing about it where they were like, this is this is what we're gonna do. They set expectations ahead of time.
They said it was going to be third party in VR too, so they delivered in that sense.
Yeah,
I'm sure there's going to be another presentation later on in the fall, probably like a what do they call it? The PlayStation
presentation or yeah,
experience or showcase.
showcase. Yeah,
The PS5 showcase. They'll probably do another one of those.
yeah, and I
But
mean, and they are technically considered to be part of the Summer Game Fest, so they
oh
might even show
yeah,
something next week at
that's true. Yeah, they're kind of co-branding each other and kind of working together, I guess.
yeah. One thing that is very clear about this trailer is there's going to be a lot of great games in 2023, and 2022
Yeah,
is just going to have to wait till even
it's
2022 is looking forward to 2023 at this rate.
I know I know it's pretty exciting. Like it's uh it's crazy. It was a good show.
Yeah. We're
So
gonna what we're gonna do is go through and talk about each thing that was shown. If we get to something like No Man's Sky for PSVR, we might just be like say that it was announced like we just did and then move on because I don't have anything to say about it. I played it on
right.
PSVR on PS4 Pro. I played it on Xbox. I played it like everywhere. I'll play it when it comes to the Switch, but it's not
Right.
necessarily something that we might have a lot to say about, even though I just talked about it for a lot more time than I thought I would.
There you go. We'll use that as the No Man's Sky
Okay.
segment.
All
But
right.
no,
Yeah.
it's
We can start with Resident Evil 4. They started off by
yeah.
giving us the date of March. Is it 24th?
They right away were like, "Yes, here it is. We have a date already." Like I thought that
Yeah.
was pretty cool.
Start off with a
Um
date before we even get the title card.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yep, Capcom finally it was kind of like the worst kept secret, I guess. I mean, it's been rumored for a while that they were going to remake this game.
Yeah.
But
And it would make sense they did 3 unless they want
yeah.
to go back and do the game that should have been called Resident Evil 3, which was Code Veronica.
Oh, I know. Yeah, I think that's if there's any Resident Evil game that actually needs a remake is Code Veronica because I played that a couple years ago and
Mm,
it's pretty unplayable in my opinion.
poor Steve Perkins, he gave it his all.
Yeah. Now this looks really cool though. Like it doesn't seem to show whether or not it's first person or third person, but I'm thinking it's third person because
I
they showed.
Right at the end they show him like over the shoulder, almost like you're getting out of
Yeah.
the car. I thought
Right.
for sure they really I thought for sure we didn't even hear a chainsaw revving. So I
Or-
think
Yeah. It was kind
that'll
of like
yeah, they're gonna save it.
Yeah, they're holding back some stuff for sure. Like they're like just barely teasing the first village area and like a little bit of like the
The
well,
ritual stuff, like the
yeah, like
yeah,
the cult and everything.
yeah.
And
Mm, mm.
it seems like Ashley is probably going to be more
Prominent.
predominantly in the
Yeah.
game. Like they actually showed her running towards the village. Like I wonder if there's going to be more split up gameplay between them. Like it'll cut to Ashley and you're playing with her for a little bit, and
Oh,
then it'll
maybe.
cut back to, then it goes back to Leon for a little bit, and then they finally meet up. Of course,
I could see that. Yeah.
um, you know that'd be
Uh,
really cool.
but yeah, so that comes out March 24th, 2023.
Hmm.
And then the State of Play voice actress voiceover came over and said, "Now we're going to show you 5 PlayStation VR games." I believe they said, right?
Yep, they were. Yeah, they were like pretty straight to the point. I was like, okay, I like the pacing of this.
I'm
So
trying to, so basically there was Resident Evil Village,
yep,
but they also said Resident Evil 4 is getting PSVR 2 treatment. There will be
yeah,
some
it's like
sort of support for it.
yeah, there was like they said some sort of functionality that they're going to be added.
Yes.
So
So that's coming. And then they said, hold on. Well, okay. So they said that'll be coming, right?
yes,
Um, once it,
and then
then they said Resident Evil Village, right?
yep, looks like the full game like is coming to PSVR. I don't
Yeah.
remember. I don't recall seeing a date or anything for that, but
2023. They just said it'll be coming
okay, yeah.
in 2023. And then
So
um and then after that they went to the Dead, what was it? Dead Walking
oh,
Dead
yeah, The Walking Dead.
Sinners and Saints chapter
Yeah,
2
that's like their that's like a
Retribution or something.
yeah. That's like a spin-off of some series, right, or something. I can't remember. I haven't really followed it, but it's like
Well,
a
it's based on the TV
it's
show,
like their
like
own. Yeah, yeah. It's like it's its own game, but it's like based on the show.
yeah.
It looked actually kind of neat.
But that says PSVR Walking Dead. It says it's coming 2022 only on PS5, no PS4. So I don't
Right.
understand how it's coming if there's no VR unless it is um unless it's going to
It's
be
it's seemingly coming out in fall, maybe the PSVR 2.
you think they
Probably
would have
like
announced that here too. Um
yeah. I don't. Yeah,
or at least
that was another
talked
thing
about
that's
it.
strange. It was like there was no actual release window for the actual unit. There's just kind of like
Yeah.
vague release windows for everything else.
Well, that's coming in 2022. Then you got No Man's Sky coming in development for PSVR 2. You got
Oh
that.
yeah.
And then you got the
Horizon Call of the
Horizon
Mountain,
Call of the Mountain, right?
which was previously announced. Like, was it
Last September, I think,
last
maybe?
year? Yeah, yeah. I think it was like end of the year last year. Yeah. But this showed like a lot more gameplay.
Yeah, this showed a lot of gameplay. It looks pretty good. Um,
I think that's going to be like their showpiece, like launch game. Like it's going to launch with that.
Yeah, and then they also released the Horizon Forbidden West update came out today too for
Oh
PS4 and
yeah.
PS5. It
Yep.
gives new trophies, new outfits. They also give you lets you
New
reset your
Game Plus.
skills, new game plus, so you can play the game
Hmm.
over with all the old armor. They got like
Oh yeah.
ultra hard difficulty
No thanks.
out now. Plus, I don't think they announced it there. They didn't announce it there, but they did say, "Oh, by the way, there's also going to be some sort of PSVR mode coming to Horizon Forbidden West."
Oh, okay. I must have missed that. I was too
It wasn't in
I
the
think I was
trailer. I think it's on their blog, like they
right.
where they talk
I think
about it.
I think at this point in the presentation, I was still like Resident Evil 4
Resident Evil
remake, like
4 in it, yeah.
just like dancing in my head. So I was like,
And
can't concentrate.
yeah. And then they come up and say, "Oh, now we got a game coming to the PlayStation, a PlayStation fan favorite coming to PC." So everyone just thought it was
Oh
um
yeah.
they thought it was Returnal
Oh,
cuz
was it?
that's already leaked.
Oh yeah.
But it was Spider-Man instead.
Spider-Man remastered.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
That was kind of funny though. There was like a single PC announcement in here. I was like, that's odd.
not
But
only
I
is
guess
it PC, but it's like first party, not first person. First party Spider-Man. Like there's going to be so many costumes for Spider-Man now,
oh, I know.
you know.
It's gonna be insane. That was one of those announcements where I was like, really? That could have just been like a tweet. Like
Yeah, but I guess
it didn't really
they
need to
got
be.
so many
I
people
guess,
here. It's
yeah,
if they
you gotta
it's probably so big that they're trying to show Disney and Sony or and
right. That's
Marvel
true.
like, yeah,
Yeah,
look what we're doing.
they paid good money to put that trailer on there.
Yeah. Next up is
Ooh,
Stray.
Stray. This looks
Yeah,
cool.
it
Like
does
I
look really cool.
and it's coming pretty soon, July 19th.
July 19th,
PS4 and
it'll be
5.
here before you know it.
Yep.
July 19th, it's yeah, PS4, PS5, and it is free for the extra and
Oh
the
yeah.
two top tiers for
Oh yeah, the
PlayStation
extra
Plus.
and premium PS
Extra
Plus
and
ones.
premium, yeah.
So they
Essentials
kind of
don't get it. Yeah.
so they're kind of are doing a Game Pass thing with this after all, like sort of.
Well, yeah, it
I
says
mean,
it's
with certain
for
games probably.
right. I wonder if it's only going to be for that month or so like will it
Right.
end up being more like Nintendo Switch Online expansion pack or is it going to
Right.
be
Where
more
you have
like Game Pass? Yeah.
yeah, yeah. That was interesting.
But
But yeah, it looks cool and it's
the
coming
game
really soon. And
itself looks
I
really
think
good.
that's
Yeah.
yeah, that looks. I'm really interested in it.
When the cat
I like the
when the
setting.
cat comes like towards the screen and lays down, I like how
Yeah.
on the screen it flashes not actual gameplay. They just had to let you know. Yeah.
I love the beginning of the trailer where it's just walking down the hall, and then the robot at the end is like all scared and like hits an alarm and runs away.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's like,
Exactly. Yeah.
oh,
So it
uh,
says okay. So it says on the bottom of the screen, right?
uh,
It says availability of game catalog varies over time, plan, and region. See
uh,
PlayStation/Plus for details. So I think this will be more
okay,
like Game Pass, where this will be up there, and then eventually it'll just come down.
right, yeah, it'll just shuffle in and out with other
Yeah,
games.
so it's not like PlayStation a plus. It's not a PlayStation Plus game where you could just
Right,
get it and then keep it.
right, and I think earlier didn't they say like didn't Jim Ryan say something like none of the like big AAA games are going to become day and date, at least not right
Not
away.
first party, yeah.
Yeah, so but it's a good start. You know, you get a little couple indie games on there, and
Mm-hmm.
you know I mean, Stray is pretty well, you know, associated with PlayStation at this point. Like
Yeah.
they've mainly been uh,
I
showing it for them. So
Yeah, I wonder if at one point it was a PlayStation Plus game, and then when they came out with this new tier, they were
oh
like,
yeah,
"Let's just put it on there," and then yeah,
right, yeah, they needed to just have something for the new
right,
service. So
and then
understandable.
so then next they had
Oh
um
yeah,
this game was Callisto Protocol, is that what it's called?
yeah. hmm
And
From
this is from
it's
the
like from the direct, it's from the guy that did Dead Space, I think, right?
it's quite a few people that worked on Dead Space and Dead Space 2. They left, I think,
Right,
before Dead Space 3, and they left the
right.
studio. Like the director left, and he brought these people with him, and he
Yeah,
started a new
pretty much.
studio, and now he's making this, which just looks
And
like Dead Space.
it pretty much looks like Dead Space, but it looks kind of like yeah. I mean, it's pretty much the spiritual successor to actual Dead Space. Like, I have a feeling that when Dead Space the remake comes out, like it's gonna pale in comparison to this game.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah,
like I,
exactly.
like the team at EA doing the Dead Space remake are probably like, oh shit,
I'm sure they're both like, "Oh boy, what are we going to
yeah,
do?"
yeah,
Um
they're gonna be.
it almost is like, when they had like Dante's Peak and like when they would have like two volcano movies at the same time come out, like
Yeah, yeah, that's exactly what this is like. Yeah.
yeah, they had like
Oh, that's
Dante's
funny.
Peak and what was the other one? I forget.
Um, oh man, what was the
Dante's
other one?
Inferno and or
No, it was
no,
no, yeah, it was Dante's Inferno and oh my gosh,
I forget.
wasn't it one just called straight up Volcano? I can't
Maybe.
remember.
I know they had
But I know.
Twister and then they had another one like that where but that's coming out December 2nd. So,
Okay, yeah, yeah.
that'll be out
That
December 2nd.
looks.
Callisto Protocol. That looks
That'll be a
really good.
nice little end cap to the end of the year.
Yeah, if it does come out. Now Roll 7
Right.
came out with this new trailer in the year 2030. Roll 7, the developers of Ollie Ollie World, they're making
Oh.
Roller Drome, which is
Hmm.
like the cell shaded look. It looks almost like
It's
there's a game called
it's like,
Void Bastards. Um,
huh?
do you remember
Haven't
this
heard of
game
that
at
one.
all?
No, I've heard of Ollie Ollie World, but I've never played it.
No, but did you see this trailer at all?
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
Oh, okay,
It
yeah.
looks.
It
It
doesn't look
looks
like
like.
anything they made because all the other stuff they made
No.
is all 2D, and now this.
Right.
I mean, you got roller skates. You're riding around shooting people.
Yeah,
Um,
you're like doing half. You're doing like half pipe
half pipe
skills
skills while you're
tricks, and
shooting
and
people.
then
Yeah,
shooting someone in the face like upside down. Like it's like GTA with like Tony Hawk. Like it's weird.
yeah.
It looks kind of fun though.
It could be good. Yeah,
It's probably something I wouldn't necessarily play, but it looked like it could be fun. Like if there's a demo for it at some point, maybe I'll try it. You
yeah.
know? But
Roller Drome, August 16th. It'll be out before you know it. August
oh yeah,
16th.
this
And
next one looked crazy.
and then the next one they made was Season. Oh no, no,
Oh
no, not Season. Next one was the one where you like the kid gets his hand chopped off and it's
yeah,
like
and it becomes like a laser sword, like Eternights.
Etern Nights, yeah. And which
Yeah,
is like a dating sim meets an action.
action game.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's like a character action game slash dating sim.
yeah. It almost looks like
That could be.
what if Azura's Wrath was a dating game? A dating
Yeah,
sim mixed in.
pretty much. Yeah. And for like a split second, like I was like, is this like some bizarre like Persona spin-off thing? Like
I would have
it
believed
almost
it was like
it
it. Yeah,
it was kind of going in that direction for me a little bit, but then I was like, oh okay, now this is
yeah.
like a new IP. But that
Especially when
looks
they're like hold
kind of
R2
cool.
to hold hands. It's like
Oh, I know. Yeah, that yeah, I'm gonna keep an eye out for this one. This looks kind of neat, actually. Not gonna lie.
yeah, it looks pretty good.
Hmm.
Then the other one we had, this was Eterna Knights. What do you know who made? I don't even know who made it, but that is
I
coming
can't.
out. Oh, it's Studio SAI. Psy.
Yeah, I've never heard of them. I'll have to look them
I'll have
up.
to look them up, but yeah.
Early
Um,
2023.
early 2023, PS4 and PS5. No,
Yeah,
all the other people would be they announced afterwards. They were like,
yeah.
let's talk about the next like it's also coming to this platform, but this seems to be PS4 and PS5 launch exclusive. Um
Oh, okay.
next up we got a game many people might have heard of it before, Street Fighter 6.
Yeah, this was like pretty crazy because it was. I mean, this was like just announced like what a couple months ago. Like after there was some tournament and it was like the end of this tournament, and then they showed a teaser for it.
Yeah, and that was the one where
And
everyone made fun of the logo and how it
yes,
was just like a really cheap logo that you could buy or something.
like, yeah, you could buy it from some asset store or something. It was like, oh boy, ooh.
Yeah.
But this footage actually looked pretty good.
This does look good. It
It kind of
it
looks more. I don't know. I say this in a good way, but it kind of looks like it moves like slower than a typical Street Fighter game.
yeah.
But
But
it still looks pretty cool.
that like part where you're like running around and doing stuff before you get into fights,
Yeah.
it reminds me of like NBA 2K22 where you're running around like and you can buy like new shoes and stuff and you're playing as your online persona and then you
Yeah.
just run around. But then they add like the
You could,
Street Fighter characters and
and you could like randomly just like Shuriken someone in the street.
yeah,
Like
that's
just
what it looks
what the
like.
hell? It was like, yeah. And then like they came out later with like a description of like what that is. Like I guess that's going to be like the single player campaign mode
Yeah.
where you're like, I guess picking fights on the street
Yeah.
in Street Fighter.
And at
It kind of
first
makes sense.
I thought it was
This,
like I thought it was like 2v2 because
oh
they
yeah,
kept showing
yeah.
two people next to each other.
Oh, that could actually be something they're doing because I saw that too. It was like they showed like the two new characters. They showed like the last DLC character for five. I can't remember his name. Luke. Yeah, and then some other like new chick, and then it said versus Chun Li and Ryu.
Oh yeah,
So
Chun-Li was like fighting her in the trailer beforehand. She had like glasses on and like
yeah,
headphones. Yeah.
headphones and like she kicked her in the back of the head because she like missed
She almost
or like
reminded me
flipped
of
over.
like May
Oh
from
yeah,
Overwatch. She kind of reminded me of.
yeah. It looked really. It did kind of have a look like that, like the overall like graphical look and the color
Yeah,
of it.
I like the look of the what is it? The look of like when you hit those special moves and like the color flies everywhere.
Oh yeah, it's almost like spray paint.
Yeah.
Or it's like reminds me of like I'm so glad they changed that because like I wasn't really feeling like the ink style from the other
Yeah.
previous games. This one looks more. At least they're doing something different with it. You know, it's not just like the splattered ink again.
Yeah.
It's like
I like the
it
way
looks
it
like
looks.
yeah, it looks like spray paint this time around because
Remember
like
when
it's supposed it's they're going for like a more like urban you know
well, yeah, it looks almost like
set.
graffiti kind of like
Yeah,
spraying
yeah,
out.
like more like a like city streets kind of urban style to the
Yeah. Well,
environments.
yeah. So that's Street Fighter 6.
Yeah,
Um then yeah, they show like give you a glimpse of the hub, like the hub world where you run
yeah,
around. That seems to be like online. Like you're
yeah.
it's like they want to have reasons for you. That's coming in 2023 as well. They didn't say
Right.
when in 2023, just 2023.
Just 2023. It seems like they want to do like a robust both single player and online thing. So
Yeah, quite a bit from Capcom
it's
today.
pretty ambitious. Yeah, like what? Yeah, like what in the hell is going on at Capcom? Like they are just like destroying.
Yeah,
In a good way, I guess. That's a bad way to put it, but like I don't know. They're just like they're killing it. I guess is
yeah,
with the releases. Like they're just like they're cranking them out, and they're actually good. Like it's crazy.
yeah, exactly. Looks really good. Street Fighter 6. We'll
Oh
see
yeah,
that it was announced for PS4, PS5. It's also
yeah.
in the trailer that Capcom released. It's also coming day and date seems with PC and Xbox Series XS, but it is not
Oh
coming to
yeah.
X. There's no Xbox One version.
Oh wow,
Um, we'll see how that goes.
that'll be interesting. Yeah.
And then after that, they had I think two indie games. They had Tunic.
Oh yeah, Tunic. I can finally play this.
You can finally play Tunic. It's coming in September. This is only coming to PS4, PS5. It is not coming to the Switch, at least not yet. It wasn't
At least
announced
not
for the
yet.
Switch. It's coming
Right.
in September, so the Switch version could come either later or could come sooner, for all we
Right.
know.
I mean, yeah, they could. It could be. I mean, you never know. There's still a Nintendo Direct supposedly.
Yeah, maybe this month.
Yeah.
But yeah, September 27th for PS4, PS5, Tunic. And then after that, they had Season,
Oh yeah, season a letter to the future.
A Letter to the Future, which looks
Did they? I could have swore they showed this before. Am I wrong? I don't know. I
no.
could. I couldn't remember because it looked similar to a game that they maybe showed like last year.
They
But
showed it at their last presentation, like the Sony one. It was one of
oh,
those
okay,
indie,
yeah.
yeah,
So
and
because when I saw the character on the bike, I was like, I remember seeing this. Like,
yeah, that's like pretty much what they showed last time. And now they're showing
yeah,
you're going around taking photos and Polaroids while also
yeah,
riding around like what looks like really gorgeous looking area.
yeah. The
Like you can
scenery,
record sound, like sounds and things, and just
huh?
enjoying everything. It'll be
It
interesting to
looks
see.
pretty. Looks like it's gonna be like a relaxing type of game.
Yeah, definitely something that you could play after playing Resident Evil to just decompress. Like,
Yes. This brings us into a game that does not look relaxing in the slightest.
right, yeah, and
In
then
a good way,
you're
though.
like, let me go play this instead. Where you're just riding around the sky. Yeah, it looks really good.
Yeah, it
Um,
looks really good. Really, really colorful too.
yeah, that is Season, not
Fall
Seasons. I thought it was Season.
season. Oh yeah,
A
yeah,
Letter to the Future, and
yeah. Fall
that's
2022.
autumn. Yeah, autumn 2022, fall 2022, whatever
Ah,
you want to call it.
autumn. It's
Next up,
fancy. Autumn.
uh,
Yep. The last. Yeah, and then their last announcement was.
I think that was it. That was the end of
Yeah,
the
yeah, yeah, goodbye,
state of
everybody.
play. Yeah.
No, 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 no.
Uh,
Oh no.
oh
They
no.
finally,
What did they show after this?
finally, they finally showed reintroduced Final Fantasy 16.
Reintroduced it. Showed it off
Oh
again.
yeah, and it looks even more amazing when they first showed it. Like, it's crazy that this was last shown like what, September 2020.
I believe so, yeah.
It was like just before. It was the big show just before the PS4 or the PS5 launch. Um, but yeah, I where do we even begin? Like this, he just looks insane. Like
Yeah. It is.
going back to the going back to the old medieval kind of style. Um,
Right. They're changing it up in that sense. It's no longer um so some of the more recent games have been like skewing more like modern almost.
yeah, yeah, they're definitely embracing the action RPG. Um, it's I mean I have zero doubts about this game because Final Fantasy VII remake was so good. Um, they just seem to have their they just seem to have everything together in terms of what they want to go with this direction. Um, looks very summon spell heavy, like as part of the story, and uh, actually looks like it's going to be like just one character that you play as. So it'd be like,
Yeah,
uh,
I thought it looked like you had party members in the first trailer, didn't it? And now it looks like you don't have any.
yeah, yeah, that was the thing. Like they showed like a character just off to the side in the first trailer that suggested maybe there's like party members. But now it just looks like it's just single player only. Um, there, what I think is going to happen is I think there's going to be characters that fight with you eventually, but they're like computer controlled, like
Yeah.
as part of like just that part of the story. Like someone from the town will come join you for a little bit, but it's
R-
mainly just you fighting.
right, because now it seems like
Um,
you're fighting and doing. You're going through the what is it like the trailer for the. It looks like you're just fighting as just the one person, but they're switching between what summon is powering them almost.
Yeah, it's sort of like I kind of what I got from the trailer is it's sort of like if you think of like Mega Man, like you kill the robot master and you get his power. This
Yeah.
kind of looks like this, like where like you defeat Shiva and then you get like ice abilities, and if you fight Titan, you get like earth attacks, and each time you swap out a different they call them icons in this game, but
Yeah.
you swap out what summon you're using, and there's like different attacks and skills for each one. So you're basically each summon is like a different character skill set, but you're still one character. Looks really cool. The battles look really really fast. Like they there were rumors that Square Enix poached a one of the battle directors from Devil May Cry from Capcom,
Yeah.
because after this person worked on Devil May Cry, he like left Capcom,
I
and then Square
believe
Enix scooped him up.
I believe Square Enix released the list of the people working on the game, and I believe he is one of
Yeah.
them. Yeah.
Yep. Yeah, he's like the battle designer.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's pretty much straight up a character action game this time around.
That's what it looks like.
It
And
looks
you can fluidly switch between the attacks as they come up, you know?
yeah, yeah, it looks really really smooth. I mean, man, it looks insane and fast paced, and I even saw I was watching the slow motion of some of the footage, and there's like a jump. You can like jump during battle, so it's literally like you could probably juggle characters in the air and stuff like that. Like it just seems like they incorporated so many things you can do just with one character in battle to kind of make up for not having any party members, which is cool.
Right, yeah. No party
Um,
members, but they did have that.
just looks. Oh my gosh, my head is still like swimming with that footage. Like it just looks so good. I
There's a
can't.
lot of footage. It looks great.
Yeah, can't believe we got to wait a whole year now. So, like we were talking before the recording. Like summer can mean anything. Like it could mean
Oh yeah.
end of June or end of like what, August,
September, probably even.
September.
Yeah.
Yeah, beginning of September. Yeah, that's
I
oh my
mean, because
gosh.
before I think I mean, Square is not one to worry about delaying a game.
Right.
Remember they had that big huge event for the Final Fantasy VII remake. They had that
Yeah,
big
and they
event,
had
and oh no, 15, and then they even
oh
had
yeah,
like the guys from Kind of Funny come and announce the date,
right.
and then like
Yeah,
two
that
weeks
was
later, a month later, delayed it like 3 more
the,
weeks or something like that.
yeah. I think it was like 3 weeks or something. Yeah, it was. It became quite the meme
Yeah,
where people would take a screenshot of the September date, and it's like, nope, it's coming out November.
yeah,
So yeah, it was almost like a month and a week or something.
right, yeah. But since it
So
was like the end of September, it was like the beginning
right,
of November when it was like the day after Halloween or something. I forget what it was, but yeah. Um, then the one I like the logo of a Final Fantasy game, and
yeah,
the logo for this one is two summons fighting each other, and that was very prominent in the trailer too. Was the summons fighting each other, and
yeah, that looked really cool.
yeah,
It seems like you're like doing like one-on-one battles. Like you're a summon and playing another one, and like that's how you defeat them. Like and like have them like maybe join you or something. Or
right, yeah,
looks really insane. Like the damage looked crazy. Like I remember there was a scene I think where like Bahamut did like Mega Flare and it did like 30,000 damage or something to
right,
E3. It
yeah. It
was
was
something
wild,
crazy.
yeah,
Yeah. Oh, dude, and they said in the description that it's going to be really really heavy on the just fast pacedness of the battles.
right. It was
Uh,
yeah.
I'm
I
so
thought it
glad.
looked really good.
I'm so glad I got into the action RPGs the past couple years.
Yeah, good thing you did because it prepared you for this. I'm the one thing I'm
Mhm.
curious about now is how um how is it going to be with um how's it going to be with the other like Dragon Quest? How's Dragon Quest?
Oh
Is
yeah,
that going to
yeah.
be a team-based
That's gonna
RPG or
be
is it going to be an
yeah,
action? I know they said it's going to be darker than it's probably going to be like the darkest Dragon Quest, but
yeah. I remember hearing that too. Like they said they're gonna kind of change the battle too. So
yeah, to be more a
I
little more fast-paced, but I wonder if that
I
means
wonder if
like Final
yeah,
Fantasy, you know.
maybe like a hybrid, maybe like a combination of both, like how they did like in Final Fantasy VII Remake, like you could actually play it turn based if you wanted to. Like maybe they do something like that.
Yeah.
Um, but I think as much as people probably aren't going to like it, I think the next Dragon Quest is going to have like a more action focused system, just because I think they really want it to be more popular in the West, like because
I think so too, yeah.
because I mean it's certainly more popular than it was like maybe say 10 years ago or something like that.
Yeah.
It's definitely gotten a fan base over here, but I think this was probably the one they're gonna experiment on to see if they can get more people
Yeah, it'll
on
be
board.
interesting to see what they end up doing because I definitely feel like it's going to sell the best on a Nintendo system. Like I feel like it would
Yeah, I feel that too.
sell the
Yeah,
best on the Nintendo system, but it was not. They haven't announced any consoles yet, but I imagine it'll be on the
right.
next gen.
Yeah, it'll be on the next Nintendo system for sure. I think, yeah, they're pretty smart about the Dragon Quest games, like not announcing the platforms right away. So they'll actually have some time to see where the landscape is in a couple years.
Right.
You know,
Yeah.
because yeah, they're gonna need that to come on the Nintendo system too, because that's like really huge in Japan right now. So, and that's where a lot of the Dragon Quest audience is still. So, but
Yeah. I
uh,
wonder what they'll end up doing with it, but
yeah.
only time will
Yeah,
tell.
that's gonna be a mystery. But yeah, I just man, this state of play had everything I wanted and more actually. Like like honestly, like it's crazy to say this, but like if they didn't have Final Fantasy 16, I would have been like, I got Resident Evil 4. I'm cool. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah. It wasn't
Or or,
just.
or, or vice versa, you know?
Yeah.
So
Oh yeah.
so what was your personal favorite game of the state of play?
Of the games that they showed, well,
Yeah.
I'm definitely excited for Final Fantasy 16, but it's like
Hmm.
that's one of those games like they are with all of the Final Fantasy games. It's like I just want to play
Yeah.
it. I don't want to see a lot about it. I just want to play it.
Right. Yeah, I almost after this don't want to see more of it. Like I'm good with this just trailer. Like
Yeah.
just like
Well, I mean the same
you
thing
know.
with Resident Evil 4. I just want to play it and see what they changed. I don't want to just
Right.
watch a bunch of trailers and hope that they don't
Right.
spoil everything, all
I
the
know.
good
Yeah.
stuff.
It's all the
Um
good tasty juiciness. They showed speaking of the Resident Evil, back to Resident Evil 4 a little bit. They showed Ada for a little bit,
yeah, they showed
for
her.
like a
Yeah.
split second. They showed the boat, so they're gonna do the obviously gonna have a big set piece with the alligator.
Yeah, I didn't see any sign of the
Uh,
dog, no sign of the
no,
chainsaw,
so
the most
no.
iconic scene from Resident Evil
Yep,
4, maybe
I
even
know some
Resident Evil
people,
in general.
and I know some people are worried already. Be just simply because like Resident Evil 3 had some cut stuff from the original game,
Yeah,
so they're thinking going into this like maybe some stuff will be cut, but I don't know. I don't think so. I think they're going to be pretty.
yeah,
I think the reason why they cut some stuff from 3 was they kind of more make it streamlined because there really wasn't much to Resident Evil 3 to begin with, so they kind of I guess tightened it up even more than what it was.
yeah. That's what it seemed like. I, I just wish they would. I'm surprised they didn't give us the. Oh, hey, by the way, Resident Evil 3 or Resident Evil 2 got like the PS5 treatment,
Oh
like the
yeah, the
upgraded treatment we're supposed to be
upgrades. Yeah,
getting.
that was so weird. Yeah, no Resident Evil 8 DLC. They should have just all clumped all the Resident Evil news right at the beginning.
Right, yeah. Should have just put it all together.
Yep. So I guess the Resident Evil 8 DLC is still coming, but they haven't said anything.
Yeah.
Maybe close to the VR launch, they'll be like, oh, and by the way, on the same day, here's the DLC for the, you know.
Right. Mm,
Oh
yeah.
boy,
But it was
man.
quite the state of play. And
Yeah.
now we
Wait.
got even more coming up with everything else going on. They got the
Oh yeah, we got Summer Game Fest on June 9th. So it's next Thursday.
yeah,
We probably have even more crazy new reveals and stuff.
right,
So
exactly.
then come on, Nintendo. We got to have something. I mean, they've been quiet.
They
Um,
they've been quite quiet. Like last year they announced it by the second, and now we're sitting on the second and they haven't
yeah,
announced anything.
yeah.
So,
I remember this was like this was like a couple weeks ago.
yep.
Someone responded to me on Twitter and said like, "Yeah, I don't think Nintendo's gonna have a direct in June." I was like, "Really? You don't think Nintendo is going to have like their biggest uh, attracted video presentation in the history of video presentations not be in June? Like what? I don't know. It's like they're gonna have one. I mean, it's a matter of time.
Yeah. I
It just it just won't have E3 in it, you know, in the name.
right. It did have E3 in it last year.
Yeah, yeah, it did.
And
Just
they
like
had the treehouse. They
oh, true, true. Yeah, and I think they're gonna do the exact same thing. They're gonna do a treehouse as well.
we'll see.
Um, it'll
They got a lot of games coming out this year that they
yeah, it's they'll probably have segments on Xenoblade 3 and
yeah. They
probably
um
Pokemon maybe Pokemon Scarlet and
they might show a little bit of that gameplay, Violet and Scarlet, yeah.
oh right yeah
Um they I
I think
doubt
the only thing that's left to reveal like our release date wise would be like Bayonetta 3 because
yeah,
that's still scheduled for this year.
right. It's still scheduled for this year as of their like earnings call or whatever it was where they released their financials and then they released the games that are coming still. And
Right.
that was one of them.
Pretty cool. Pretty cool.
Then we got the rumored games that are supposed to be coming, some point this year, including in August we're supposed to get like a 1-2 everybody's 1-2 switch, which might be released as an expansion pack game too.
Oh
Um,
really? Huh.
and 1-2 switch is actually a um it's everybody's 1-2 switch is the rumored name of the game, and it's supposed to be like a Jackbox party pack game, like where everyone can play
All right.
together on the game. I don't know if it's going to be online or local, but they got that. Then they also have um the rumored like Wind Waker and Twilight Princess.
Oh
And
yep.
what else? We got the rumor of the rumor that'll never die until it gets announced, and then everyone will say, "See, I told you." And that that is Metroid Prime remake.
Oh yeah. Yep. The trilogy.
Yeah. But now people
Yeah.
are saying
There's.
it's
I think
just one.
I'm.
That's what the rumor
I'm.
now.
I'm convinced. Oh really? Oh man.
Yeah.
Just the one. Oh,
Just the first one.
that's weird.
The other ones
I would have.
will come in the future, but apparently the rumor is just
They
the first one.
see. They wanna. I think ever since Metroid has like a resurgence, they want to sell them separately now.
Well, I think the rumor was that people heard Retro was working on Metroid Prime, and so they just assumed it was the whole trilogy. But really,
Oh, yeah.
they wanted them to remake exactly how it was made, Metroid Prime 1, so that then they get the feel for how Metroid Prime should be, the new team there, and then
Oh, right.
make Metroid Prime 4 or 5, whatever number 4 is it, right?
Yeah, Prime 4. Yeah, that's gonna be like the end of the life cycle type of game.
Yeah, it'll be one of those games where it's like, yeah, we're just gonna release on the new system. Yeah,
Right. Yeah. Oh man.
but
Well,
yeah,
that was fun. That was fun. Well,
yeah,
thanks for
yeah. Thanks for
we had
everything.
like a
Thanks for
little.
stopping by. Thanks for checking out the old State of Play.
Oh
And
yeah.
what about, where can people find you?
I'm at all lowercase Mattman VER1 or VER2. Sorry.
Don't
That
hit up
was
Mattman VER1. Leave him alone.
yeah.
Okay.
That was yeah. He went away in 2013.
Yeah, when you forgot your password.
Yes, basically. My last tweet was something like oh my god, Link's Awakening or no, what was it? Oh, a Link Between Worlds is going to be amazing. I'm going to die or something.
And then people might have thought you died because they're like, whatever happened to Mattman? You know?
Yeah, they're like, oh man, yeah, I guess he's gone now. So
Yeah, exactly.
yeah,
All right. Well, they'll hit you up. You can find me at Super Nintendo and pretty much everything. And yeah, thanks for watching.